Now, here are three things you need to know right now on this Friday morning. Crypto's wild ride continues into this Friday morning with more fallout for Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX as crypto lender BlockFi halts withdrawals and warns it could no longer operate as usual. Yahoo Finance crypto reporter David Hollerith joins us now. David, it's been a busy week for you. I'm sure you're not getting a lot of sleep.
None at this point, Brian. But last night BlockFi announced that they were pausing customer withdrawals, and they cited a lack of clarity into the situation with FTX, FTX US, and of course the trading firm also linked to this situation, Alameda Research. Now, BlockFi faced its own financial solvency problems over the summer, but was bailed out with a $400 million line of credit from FTX. And the company's bid was basically chosen to ensure that BlockFi creditors or customers would be put ahead of this credit line. So that being said, it remains unclear whether BlockFi has paused withdrawals for legal or solvency reasons. BlockFi declined to comment as of now. It did relaunch a product as early as Monday, and as of Wednesday at 3 p.m., it was fully operational. So there's a lot of unquestioned still here. The firm has about $18 million in assets, according to blockchain data. So at least 18 million. So this is not a big company. It was much smaller since its downsizing over the summer. And this also follows an announcement, press release from the Bahamas securities regulator, which said it was freezing FTX digital markets assets, which is, of course, FTX's Bahama-based derivatives operation.
So, David, what funding prospects does this company have left at this point?
Yeah, Brad, I'll just say anything can happen at this point, and I wouldn't be surprised. But that being said, things do not look great. FTX's balance sheet hole is massive. The amount is expected to fluctuate, but it's coming in as recently as this morning from actually a former head of institutional sales for FTX as being about $9 billion. And as you know, Bankman-Fried was responsible for bailing out most of the companies over the summer. So there's definitely a question of who is left to step in at this point. That being said, Justin Sun, as recently as this morning, has said that he's willing to offer billions of dollars towards the effort. Justin Sun being the founder of the Tron cryptocurrency network. So it looks like from what Sam Bankman-Fried is saying over Twitter, there's sort of a hope that maybe a couple people will step in and provide liquidity to customers. That being said, there's a lot of unclarity here about what was actually going on behind the scenes. So, there's a regulatory overhang that makes it seem like a lot of this is going to have to end in the courts, and that might keep off some buyers.
Yeah, within that, sorry, David. Yeah, you wanted to add something?
No,
okay.
No. Go ahead.
Understood. David, thanks so much for really setting the scene for us here. A ton to follow over the course of this week. We know that you've lost a lot of sleep over that period of time, so we appreciate you just hanging on bright and early with us this morning.
David was 25 when he started this this week, starting this coverage. Now he's down, 52.
On what he said, though, with Justin Sun over at Tron, the funding here is reportedly subject to due diligence and good moment to show unity in the crypto industry, according to Sun here. And when you think about the funding that's had to come forward over the course of this crypto winter, whether that be SBF and his efforts to try and bail out other crypto entities previously over the summer, or whether that be Justin Sun now stepping in, I mean, this has really gotten to a point where the crypto industry and some of the biggest players are pulling themselves up by their own bootstraps or attempting to do so in order to maintain some type of fanfare among even the most skeptical or either hesitant investors or hodlers even, because there still is no regulation. There still is not the opportunity for people to directly have a backing of law that they can point to have a recourse at the end of the day. And so in the absence of a recourse, it really does come back to what is the good faith that all of the major players in crypto are going to act with in order to really retain any type of confidence at this point in time during this washout.
Right. What's interesting here, Brad, is crypto is bailing out crypto. At the height of the financial crisis, Goldman Sachs, I believe, got a loan a sweetheart loan from Warren Buffett. There's not that outside investor coming in here putting their stamp of approval on the crypto industry. That's very interesting as well. Number two, Coinbase founder and CEO Brian Armstrong, another interview yesterday noting that this situation might open the door to more regulation. And to that, I would say, be careful what you wish for. This has been the Wild West type of industry pretty much since it started. If you get more regulation inside this industry, what does the future profits look like for Robinhood? What does it mean for Coinbase? Probably not too good.
Yeah, and we got to mention CZ within this as well, because this has been one of the more notable kind of bait and switches, if you want to say. Bait into seeing if the company is willing to sell, doing some kicking of the tires, and there's a question around whether or not that was actually genuine or authentic. However, CZ steps away from this looking like one of the brilliant people in crypto. However, if crypto in the washout continues as a result of an action like this because of some of the cold water that it's cast over the space in itself, then, what does that crown really mean?
You know what he needs? Now next is what the next Fortune magazine cover, the next Warren Buffett, CZ, right there. Let's get it. Let's get it for him.